3232 Hydra. If you thought you had time, you had none. It's a good line. I don't know if it was in the show or not. It would be a good line. Today's Deck Tech brought to you by CoolStuffInc.com. This is Mono Greenlands. Hello, it's me at CGB. This is Early Access Avatar, so I get to play against other content creators. And we got some of the stars in this one for sure, so it's going to be a fun time. But we're showing off how Earthbending completely revolutionizes the Mono Greenland aggro deck. So let's talk about the new cards in the deck. In my opinion, the greatest and best one is Badger Mole Cub. For 1 and a green, you get a 2/2 Badger Mole. And whenever this creature enters, Earthbend 1, and whenever you tap a creature for mana, add an additional green. So any creature you tap for mana creates an additional green. And Earthbending means that you put a +1/+1 counter on a land, and now that land is a creature. But when it leaves the battlefield, it re-enters tapped as a land. And that's very important because it creates additional landfall opportunities when you use Earthbending on cards like Escape Tunnel and Fabled Passage. Now when you sack your Fabled Passage, you don't just get the land that the Fabled Passage gets, but if you Earthbend onto Fabled Passage, you also get to fetch up the Fabled Passage itself back onto the battlefield tapped and ready for use the next turn as well. Badger Mole Cub's ability to make double green off your Llanowar Elf or your forest that you Earthbent also means that you're exploding out of the gate with mana, often much more than the opponent is ready for. But those aren't the only Earthbending cards. In fact, Earthbending is so powerful. I've cut a lot of what I would call the interactive cards like Snakeskin Veil and Royal Treatment, and instead we're just doing Earthbending so we can beat the opponent to death with Earthbending. Right, starting with the Earth King. This doesn't Earthbend, but it's called the Earth King, so it seemed very appropriate. This is a creature that is a 2/2, but when it enters, it makes a 4/4 bear token. And whenever one or more creatures you control a power 4 or greater attack, search your library for basic lands, put them on the battlefield tapped for each power 4 or greater creature that attacked. So you play the Earth King, you attack with your Hydra or your Chocobo or your Bristly Bill or your Tifa that already got up to 4 power, and what do? You search for more lands and put them on the battlefield, and you trigger Landfall again, all while creating a 4/4 bear creature token to back up the rest of your army should anything go wrong. But we can go even bigger than that. We have Rockalanche. This is a sorcery lesson that Earthbends X, where X is the number of forests I control, and it has flashback. The flashback is particularly amazing when combined with Ice Till Explorer, which mills when you're bringing your Fabled Passage out again and again, as you've probably seen. But now we have something to actually mill towards. Rockalanche lets us flashback and immediately create a giant forest with haste, so we can attack with it right away and often kill the opponent when they think they're safe. That's usually where the green deck struggled. The opponent plays a board wipe. Well, now we untap, flashback Rockalanche or cast Rockalanche from hand, and bam! Giant Forest attacks them with haste. They die. You can see how that's deadly. You already know from playing ladder, most likely, that Tifa and Mossborn Hydra get the job done, but now we have a resilient game plan. We even have a few more one-ups, like Toph the Blind Bandit. This has power equal to the number of +1/+1 counters on lands you control, so that can be incredibly effective. And when it enters, it Earthbends too, so that right away we get some Earthbending going. And the Earthbender Ascension is 2 and a green that enters, Earthbends 2, and searches for a basic land and puts it down tapped immediately. So we're hitting that Landfall, we're getting that Earthbending on, and then Landfall says when a land enters, you put a quest counter on this. If it has 4 quest counters, that's just 4 Landfall triggers, very doable for the deck. If it has 4 quest counters, you put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control, and it gains trample until end of turn. So while our Mossborn Hydra and our Tifa Lockhart already have trample, no big deal, the fact that we can give trample to our giant Rockalanched forest, or a Bristly Bill that has a ton of counters, or a Saz's Chocobo that got too big, can help us close out the game very quickly. There's even one more new card, and it's a land. Ba Sing Se is a land that says this land enters tapped unless you control a basic land. Well, guess what? We have basic lands in our deck, so this will be untapped most of the time. Taps for a regular green, but for just 2 and a green, you can Earthbend 2 as a sorcery. This is another way of keeping the pressure on the opponent, because remember, when a land gets Earthbent, it gains haste. It it does gain haste. So we can just keep the pressure on opponents who are wiping the board constantly with Ba Sing Se and make them deal with our lands. So I'm excited to see how this pairs against the control decks that have given mono green Landfall a hard time, and also against red decks that no longer have access to Screaming Nemesis. So are you ready to see some disastrous Landfall consequences? We're going to dive in, let the nonsense begin, and remember to use the promo code CGB5 at CoolStuffInc.com at checkout to get a discount on the avatar cards and singles that you go in order. So thank you very much to Cool Stuff for supporting the channel. Let's let the nonsense begin. On the draw, we have a nice curve of landfall and bending and stuff. That's exciting. And we get to go against Hired Claw in turn 1. Okay. Okay. Sure. Well, Fire Nation Cadets is kind of new. Fire Bending Lesson does 2 damage to a creature. Okay. Well, I mean, there's nothing to do but go second and play our cards and see what happens. Firebending Ascension makes a 2/2. Firebending, blah blah blah. Yeah, red aggro players don't change. So what do they have to do? They have to get to 4 quest counters, and you may copy an ability. Awesome. And they have another instant speed removal spell. It's like the deck was pre-built for them. Yep, that sounds about right. Well, I made a 3/3. Let's see if absolutely everything we play gets removed. That's interesting. They hold back a little. I mean, I block. Okay. Well, that didn't go terribly. So now this can make a 4/4. Or we can have Ice Till, which hits another land drop right now. I think we want the 4/4. Our opponent's a little behind on lands. So bodies are going to line up here. This does duplicate abilities, though. Whenever creature control attacking causes a triggered ability to trigger. So that includes double pings from Hired Claw, double firebending. So they have access right now to like 5 mana for instant speed. Something like that. What does that do? The Irritable Instructor, 2/3 flying. You don't lose unspent red mana. Okay. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery, add red. Whenever it leaves the battlefield, pay X damage to target player. That's something. Okay, well, we killed the Firebending Student. What does the extra mana do? Plays another Cadet. Pass the turn. Could be worse. Let's cast the Ice Till. No, the Hydra, we needed that. Okay, well, we get to ramp when we attack with a power 4 or greater. So, all right. Let's do it. And we mill an escape tunnel. Guess we should have done that first because we may have been able to play the escape tunnel instead. And then we'd still have a Fable Passage in hand. Firebending Student comes out to play. All that firebending is scary, but the big question, what do you use the mana for? When you cast an instant sorcery, add X. When it leaves, you may pay X. When you do X damage to target player. That is very scary. Here they come. I have so many triggers. They only have one card left. So let's try blocks like this and see what happens. And the big spell is a combustion technique, which, let's see, deals 2 equal to 2 plus the number of lessons cards in graveyard. Isn't that like 4? Yeah, okay. So we want to do this first. And I guess get our mill value, because we don't need to top deck more lands. Hey, there you go. That's bossy say. That can Earthbend. That's a really good hit. All right. Darn Hired Claw is still here. But here's the I Still Explorer, which lets us play this. And, ooh, Earthbend X, where X is the number of force you control next turn. The flashback is 6. Now we can go green, green, green. We can Earthbend 2 on the Fabled Passage, so it can effectively be ramp. And now we can play defense, as attacking doesn't ramp us a land now. Just the flyer? Just the flyer. Do I keep getting more lands? Yeah, I do. Oh my goodness. Also, the flashback of Rockalanche gives us a good reason to keep milling. Okay, so if I play an escape tunnel and then make this unblockable, I can then Earthbend upon it, I believe. Actually, we can do better than that. We need 6 mana left over. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I'm going to be a mana short in that case. So I could Earthbend 2, and then I'd have a slightly larger thing. This is 7. Oh, I can't quite be lethal, but I can definitely have a very large creature. Okay. Okay. We'll just go here. And then we play Tifa. And we play Escape Tunnel. And I'm very afraid of dying. And I can definitely kill them next turn. And I can't force them to block this turn. So we're just going to wait. And what did you top deck? Man, it was close to being lethal too. But we are prepared to throw everything in front of a lizard or a firebending student. The math is here. It's a land. So, I mean, I'm pretty sure they can't do anything with this, right? Okay, my turn. All right, so sack this land. Target creature with 2 or less can't be blocked. That would be Tifa. It has trample, so this is completely unnecessary, but I'm doing it anyway. And we'll get it large enough to attack for 16, and we'll call it a day. 16 unblockable. Finish the job. Yeah, I thought for sure we had no chance after the first couple of turns and our creatures were removed, but we rallied. And honestly, like the rock star here is the Earth King, making the 4/4 creature and the 2/2 body so much blocking potential. I mean, Toph was up there too. This actually turned out to be an incredibly powerful card as well. So just make a lot of bodies. And maybe, without Screaming Nemesis, you can stop a mono red deck. LVD. The Vargler. We've got Llanowar Elves, so we can keep this hand. We do have to draw lands. If we draw no lands, this is going to be very sad. Secluded Courtyard, naming ally. The ally decks are out in force in this event for sure. Okay, we got the land. We just go for a Hydra? I think we just go for a Hydra. It's a very scary card. Unlike the Landfall deck that's popular in Standard, we are not trying to interact at all. We are just trying to make the largest possible creatures. Katara is here. Okay. And no blocks. The Badger Mole Cub. So this is double into Badger Mole Cub, which earthbends this forest, which casts this Ice Till, which if we have a land on... Or wait, we don't have a land. Okay. So we probably don't want to play the Ice Till here. Let's instead play the Chocobo and another Hydra. And we are ready. If we draw land, oh baby. But we have to draw the land. Or we have to have this forest die somehow. Yes, we are threatening to create a lot of trouble. But right now, our largest creature is a 3-mana 2/2. So this is the turn. If LVD can take advantage. Oof. I just need a land that can go to the graveyard. Oh, that would be so good. Earth Kingdom Protectors. Sacks to make another ally indestructible. Pass turn. We did it. We did it. We absolutely did it. All right. All right. All right. All right. Here's Bristly Bill. Here is an escape tunnel. And sacrifice that. Oh, does he have interaction? And the Badger Mole Cub lets us play the Ice Till. The full everything out of the hand. And now we'll try building up the Mossborn Hydra. The other Mossborn Hydra, rather. We hit another escape tunnel. Is it enough? Send big attacks. It's another invasion reinforcements. Oh, we didn't find most of our Earthbend cards. Maybe we'll flip one right here for the fun of it. Nope. But a 56/56 Hydra is pretty good. That's a pretty cool way to curve out. We got really lucky drawing the escape tunnel. There's only 7 of those lands in the deck, and we drew the right one. Ah, Jim Davis now. Come at me, Goblin. Hand's great. We are rock-a-lanching all over the place. Let's go. So turn 1, Chocobo. Turn 2, Forest, Badger Mole Cub. Animate this forest. Turn 3, Mossborn Hydra, Escape Tunnel, double up. Super aggressive. Oh, we got a Tifa? Do we want to play the Tifa and try Earthbending the escape tunnel next turn? I think I do. Because the Tifa kind of demands an answer. But I really want to Earthbend the escape tunnel. Yep, Tifa dead. Combustion technique. Exiled. Fabled Passage as well. Badger Mole Cub. Earthbend here. Now we could attack with it. We can also sacrifice it. I think we wait to sacrifice it, because next turn we can get a higher value from sacrificing it when we have another landfall on the board. Dragon Swarm. What are you? Flying 1/3 ward 1. Power is equal to the number of non-creature non-lands in your graveyard. When this dies, if there's a lesson card in your graveyard, draw a card. Ooh, spicy. Okay. So the downside of the play that I have made with the escape tunnel is I can't tap this land for mana, which means I can't cast the Mossborn Hydra. But because I have enough lands, I can play this Fabled Passage. I can sack it, and it will untap the land because this escape tunnel is still a land, which puts another counter there. Could Earthbend onto this, but I think I'll just play this Hydra. And they have a 1/3. Let's do these. Do you want to block Saz's Chocobo? Okay, just a little bounce. Check this out. We sacrifice our Earthbended land. We go get a forest, and the escape tunnel comes back onto the battlefield, which is double trigger for the Chocobo, and builds the Hydra up to a 4/4 while they're still tapped out. Boomerang basics. Back goes the Chocobo. Okay, you need something for the Hydra. Combustion technique. Okay, they did it. Jim solved the equation and did something about the situation. All right. Mossborn or Bill? I think here we Rock-a-Lanche. And then it's a 4/4 that taps for 3. Let's go for it. There's some kind of an instant. Combat. I have a feeling the Cub is about to catch something. A firebending lesson, perhaps. But that is 4 points. And this is Saz's Chocobo, which, again, we have a double landfall lined up for next turn, even if we don't draw land. Unless there's another Boomerang Basics to bounce this, which would be, well, that'd be okay. You'd be ready to go again. But right now, the Swarm does trade with the Tunnel. Right now. Accumulated Wisdom is a draw 3. I'm jealous. That's pretty good. It's usually just a like strategic planning at instant speed or like an impulse. But once you have enough lessons in the graveyard, 3 cards. It's a 6/3 Dragon Swarm, but it's passing the turn. Okay. Can we get this to a 7? 1, 2. No. So it's going to be a trade either way, right? So, Bill? Okay, no response. I guess I should threaten lethal and make the Swarm block. No, let's just do like this. because I think this wants to be a trade, but that's going to bring back the escape tunnel again. Jim gets to draw a card, but I get back the escape tunnel, which lets Hydra become a 4/4 again. And if we draw a forest, the Rocket Lance just sends a 6/6 haste. Earthbending in these landfall decks. Oh my goodness. It's very resilient. Jim's hanging on though. Look at all the removal that the lessons offer. Gran. Non-creature spells cost 1 less. Oh my goodness. Boomy basics. Okay, that's desperate. That's looking to draw a way out. 4 damage. Okay. Another basics. Oh my gosh. Jim, stop it. All right. You. Pass. Do we fetch with the tunnel? When do we fetch with the tunnel? We have Rocket Lance still in the graveyard. Oh my goodness. Draw, discard. Desperation. Not Gran. Jim, you wouldn't send Gran to die, would you? Not Gran. Land, go. Game. Oof. Oh my goodness. Well, I am impressed by the Izzet deck, although the last thing we need is another good Izzet deck. That said, this is a very different Izzet deck. MTG Malone, all the stars coming out to play. Well, that is your typical green hand. On the play, Saz's Chocobo. Here we go. I will say, this version of the green deck, where I just go right at them, as opposed to worrying about whether or not I have protection up all the time, I like it. Black-green. Rocket Lance. I attack. I'm sacking. I don't believe you have it, or you wouldn't have let me untap. Never mind. There you go. It's still 1 more damage. It's still +1. Now we need land off the top. That's a lot of basic land. That's more basic land than I've seen in standard in a 3-color deck in a while. That's natural Tron if it's an Abzan deck. Earthbender Ascension. When it enters Earthbend 2, search for a basic land. I've got that in my deck. Just haven't drawn it yet. Okay, so obviously basic land's good for you. Gonna need a land. Gonna need to draw that land. Or I'd take an Earthbend Ascension. I wasn't sure how many of these I should play. Seems pretty good. Okay, let's see how 2 look. Are you going to make a bigger swamp? Ultra mega swamp. Impressive. That's not a land. That is not a land at all. This is quite depressing. Yeah, we're gonna need that Fabled Passage. No block. If the board's wiped, I still have a lot more creatures. Ugh, it had to be split up. Come on. All right. Well, you've got the Badger Mole Cub. I do not. No, it was Fabled Passage. Well, let's play you. Let's play you. Let's put this down and pass. Because next turn, we can Rock-a-Lanch the Passage, which gives us a couple of triggers. And who knows? Who knows what could happen? If we top another land, does Tifa get there? Anyway, Earthbender Ascension is destroying us with Oops All Basics over here. Okay, just a little guy. Who cares? I mean, works out, obviously, but we're not scared. Well, that's not the attack of somebody with another split up. Untap. Passing say. Okay. Okay. This is 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh my goodness. No removal, no removal, no removal, no removal. You already shot a sheriff and you already split up. So there's no way you have more removal. It's impossible. Wait for it. There's no way it's more removal. Okay. Sacrifice this. Get back the Fabled Passage tapped. Double up. Get another land. Oh, the value! Let's go. 8 points over the top. You monster! What's all this freaking interaction in your deck? How could this happen? All right. And now we're taking 8, 9. Oh, tell me the last card's a fetch land. The last card is Fabled Passage. Come on. Okay, it's not. Oh, but you can sack these to return them. I see. Look at that. Look at that combination. Now you just need a way to Earthbend every time a land enters. Surely they didn't print that, right? They would never. That's very strong. All right, you're attacking for 7. If you sack this, you can attack for 6. Would you like to do that? No. Okay, we go to 5. 13 and Vigilance. It's pretty good. This is a very bad situation, but I will play this Earth King, which will make Bear. I'll play this Chocobo. Attack with this Chocobo. Trigger the Earth King. Fetch this forest. Them's counters. And see what you do. Take it. Okay, I'm saving the passage then. Save it for next turn. Another retreat. Oh God. Oh no. Oh no. That's a good draw. But there's only one Earthbended land left. So if you sack this and it comes back. 1, 2, 3, 4. Scary. It's scary stuff. What gains trample? We're at 5. I think we have to block. When this landfall, when this land enters, put a quest counter. If you do have 4 more, +1/+1 trample. Yeah, I'm dead. I'm so dead. Okay. I am so dead. I don't think we can live, but this has to get sacrificed. So we don't have to block that. So we need to do like this. And I don't think we live, but I'm going to try. Wow, talk about the machine coming together, right? Everything you needed. Is it going to be +1s? It's a big cub. Okay, that's 1 damage, 2 damage, 3 damage, and then 3 damage coming through, and then 7. Oh, God, it's exact. You monster. I just needed 1 more land somewhere. Ouch. That hurts. That hurts. Or I just needed 1 less damage somewhere. Not bad for missing my land drop 2 turns in a row, though. But then you split up all my Hydras. I am mad at how well everything went for you, but good for you. Elves. Let's do it. You'd love to see the elves. I don't have a sack land yet, but the Earth King, like Hydra into Earth King. Ooh. We flex. Slow roll bossing say. Just run out the Hydra. Generous Plunderer. Okay. So, do we play the Earth King? I guess Rocket Launch without a fetch land won't do much. Play this. And make a 4/4, but this isn't a 4/4 yet. If we had a fetch land there, it would have done the job. So here comes the plundering. Ah, my cat! My cat's locked in my room. You want to say hi, everybody? Yeah, usually I can't get you on a video. Usually I can't make Maya come join a video. Here she is. Hi. Look at, she's become such a big, pretty girl since she was a little kitten. And she's got an air tag so she can't run away. Mm-hmm. Yes, yes, yes. Poor baby. My Hydra! I'm getting plundered so hard. Okay, you gotta go. You gotta go. Anyway, that's a Hydra. Play that. Attack with 4/4. Get land. Make Hydra go big. Swing. Damage. Elf. Pass. What is all this plundering? What are you trying to do to me? Okay, when these attack, I take damage equal to the number of artifacts I have. I can sack this in response. I might want to do that. What's that? Phoenix Fleet Airship, 4/4 flying. At the beginning of the beginning of your end step, if you sacrifice a permanent, create a token that's a copy of this vehicle. As long as there are 8 or more permanents named this, it's an artifact creature. 8 or more permanents? You can. Oh my god. That's so many copies. Anyway, let's make the Hydra go big. Target here. I probably should have done one more time, huh? All right, let's go. Green. 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 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's Earthbend here again. 8/8. Attack. Triggers. 3 of them. 2, 3. Make Hydra get big. Yeah, that's a lot. They're gonna need a response. Yeah, the Earth King. 32 Hydra. If you thought you had time, you had none. It's a good line. I don't know if it was in the show or not. It would be a good line. On the play, well, we have to draw land. But if we do, it's pretty good. I think I even hold the passage because you want to use the passage with the cub. You really want to draw another land and use the passage with the cub. Just draw one land. Top 2 cards. So simple. I'm so scared. It's not going to work, is it? I'm not going to draw the land, am I? Momo, playful pet. I drew the land. Okay, Tifa. Here she is. Ready to play. And I'm probably thinking, what's the worst that could happen? Okay. Tifa. Cub. On the passage. Don't you try to respond to me. There we go. And this is probably some kind of an ambush, isn't it? But you know what? Bring it. Destroy target attacking creature. Well, hate that. Wow. And it's a lesson. Did I learn my lesson? Probably not. Let's be real. So I need to go get the tap land with this passage before I untap. But then I play an Ice Till and away we go. Kellen joins up. You may exile... What? Oh, plotting from your hand. Okay. Whenever a legendary creature enters, put a +1 on each creature you control. That is scary. So plot Katara, play Aang, and Katara the same turn. Oh my gosh, they can do that next turn with a perfect hand? Oh my goodness. That's terrifying. That's so many triggers. Anyway, I've got these lands. I forgot it would come back untapped because of the order that works. I could have had this on the field. What have I done? Ice Till. Mill it up. Get our landfall going. 2 fabled passages down there. Keep it going. Sacrifice it now. Sacrifice it later. Later. But I have a feeling something crazy is about to happen on their turn if they got the perfect draw. Oh wait, this isn't the Momo that reduces cost. Never mind. I still might have another turn until their game plan goes completely wild. And here she is. Katara the Fearless, +1s. And what ally do you have to double trigger? Can't do anything about that. If they pass, I'm going to be thinking about Aang's Swift Savior all day. They passed. Okay, how do we have an amazing turn? I think first we want to get the landfall for the Ice Till before they cast anything else, because they'll probably, well, if they make me plot this, we can do it again. That's pretty good. Plot it, airbend it, my bad. Another Bossing Say is pretty good, so we do this. There, we did our lands. Play this one. Play Bill. They gotta stop me somewhere, right? Activate Fable Passage. Don't think I want to. Well, if I put on the Cub, I get to Earthbend again when it comes out. But, okay. I mean, we've got a lot of triggers here. Let's really use them. They're really thinking about this one. Yeah. I'm sure it's an Aang that can double airbend. That's what I'm sure of. Okay, target the Badger Mole Cub. All right, that's no more landfall, but we can do other things at instant speed. They play Aang. Double trigger, exile, exile. Okay. Think we just want to attack. Then we can also fetch, fetch, counter, counter on demand. I'll kill something. Yep, there you go. Trigger, trigger. Target, target. And whenever when a legendary creature enters, it is. Okay. Now we can re-Earthbend. They got rid of the Chocobo as well. So let's see what they do. This can go up to 4. Which honestly saves it because they didn't block with enough damage. Wow. They didn't block with enough damage. Not a lot of forest left. And we just found one. All right, that's a trade or a bounce, you might say. And this costs 2. I mean, do I do that or do I do this? I think I do this because then next turn this can get on a Fable Passage, which can double up that ETB. Not gonna block if it doesn't kill me. So with Badger Mole Cub, I can Earthbend onto a forest. Then I can make it unblockable with an escape tunnel. Then I can Rock-a-Lanch. And then I'm attacking for a lot. But remember, I think there's only 2 forests left in the deck. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There should be 3 in the deck. Oh, that's 7. 8, 9, 10, 11. There's 2 left in the deck. That's very important here. We need to not mill anymore. That would be bad. Okay, they pass with mana open again. So, that's bad. But we do have Bristly Bill. Okay. Hold priority here. Let's go. It's not a non-land permanent, right? Airbend up to 1 creature or spell. Okay. Well. Target here. Trigger, trigger. Sack this. Can't be blocked. Not a forest. Not a forest. Okay, sweet. Auto order. Gotta turn that off, right? Because I want to go Badger Mole Cub. Power up this land. Escape tunnel. Triggers. Make it so this creature can't be blocked in response. Now I can do the same here. And then what? Rock-a-lanche for it? But they will probably respond by killing it. Probably worth a try, though. Also, by the way, we have Bristly Bill, so we can double the counters on things. Whatever is getting through. But not if we don't have enough mana. It takes 5 for that. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3, 4. 4. This is power 4 greater. This is not. Trying to figure out if I play the Earth King here for that double ramp. I think I just... Man, this is tough. I don't think that's going to work. I think I'm going to play the Bear Maker and try to stay alive with it. It gives me some blocking, right? So that's important. Can't be blocked, can't be blocked, can't be blocked, but power 4 or greater for the triggers. Oh no, there's only one. I thought I still had one more. Ah, how did this happen? Okay, let's put the counter over there, I guess. All right, we are out of basics. We drew one. How did that happen? How on earth did that happen? All right, let's see their backup copy of Aang here. Surely that's what they have, right? Yeah, against that open mana, I'm not just going to Rock-a-lanche into it and have them blow this out. That can happen next turn. Uh-huh. Ooh, flash. Wow. Okay. Make everything big, but also airbend stuff. Okay, then they can't block these. Man, it's possible the Rock-a-lanche would have done the job. It's possible. Okay, those all cost 2 each now. Double triggers. Well, now we have to navigate that again. Bright side, nothing died, and they take a ton of damage. We just need to find a little more to finish the job. Man, what are these board states? They're absolutely insane. Okay, now those are free. Is that a combo? Does that go infinite? It might. Spells you cast from exile cost 2 less to cast. When this enters, airbend any number of non-lands you control. So this is infinite creatures, right? Is there a way to draw cards or deal? It also makes them infinite sized, but you have to exile the Appa to do it. And plotted means you can't play it this turn. So you didn't want to plot the Dowerport Mage. You had to cast the Dowerport Mage, but they couldn't because they didn't have enough blue. But you can do Aang. You have double Aang triggers, so you can... Can you bend my whole board, or is this another? It is other, but you have to target the Appa, and you target one of my things. And then you play the Appa, right? Wait, why would you target Katara? Okay. I mean, you have to watch your rope here, I think, is probably your biggest limiting factor. Because when you play this, you can do it all again. Like, you have an infinite combo, but you really need to ang my creatures. And even if you do, I think I can get through. Like, you can make your board as big as you want to. This is endless grow the board. What you plot, you can't play this turn. Okay. Why would you do that then? You can also make endless food, but you need to remove my board. But it's okay. Just let it be. In theory, I mean, there are ways they're supposed to be able to win. Especially if they leave an Aang on backup, right? So that they can just... It depends how they end it. If they have an Aang just ready to cast for free, then my Badger Mole Cub, Earthbend a land, Escape Tunnel, make it unblockable. Won't save... It won't save me. So it does... They do have to do this right, though. So, rope? Come on, where's the rope? It's got to be happening here somewhere. Uh-huh. The important part is that they have an Aang in exile when it's over, and you don't know where it's going to end up. I mean, they have a lethal board, so this routine is pointless. They should just be removing my board, then making sure they have Aang in exile, and then, like, airbent, and then pass. And then they'll win. But you see, like, this kind of thing, and you're like, okay, maybe they mess up. They're kind of wheel spinning pointlessly so far. Thank you. That comes into play under my control. There's no point to bouncing the Kellen joins up either, right? I guess just more +1/+1 counters, but it's so unnecessary. Are they just trying to break the counter limit? See if they can freeze the game? It's early access, so I'm not supposed to concede. Like, that's one of the rules they give you. So I gotta try it. Plus, they might mess it up. But is there a rope in this event? I'm starting to... Like, I've seen the rope, but it went away when they took some game actions. Shouldn't the rope come back? At least they got a little smoother with the operation. I guess they can do this at instant speed, right? So they can airbend the Appa and the Aang at instant speed. So I do need them to really mess up somehow. That is an infinite combo, by the way, in standard, while just playing pretty good ally cards, you know what I mean? So If they don't end it with Aang or Appa in exile, I can still win. Like, why are you playing the Appa? Huh? Why are you doing that? Everything has summoning sickness. They missed it. They just missed it. Do I have the mana? I think I do. I have to play an escape tunnel from my graveyard. These only cost 2. I have to Earthbend a land. Escape tunnel. Can't be blocked. All right, we need to hit the land drop. Rock-a-lanche. Can't be blocked. It works in Commander, and it works here. The greed. The greed! I mean, yes, you can water bend in response. That's an option. The greed! All you had to do was leave the Appa or the Aang in exile, and there was nothing I could ever do. Can't play it for him.